So good morning all. Welcome to the first edition of Homerson Limited webinar series. We are so excited to have you guys on board. My name is Toluwani Adekule. I'm the admin and HR manager for Homerson Limited. I'm sure some of you must have Googled the company before you came on board. Homerson is a training and manpower development company aimed at transforming unskilled personnel invaluable assets. Yeah, those words are really key. Aimed at transforming unskilled personnel into invaluable assets. I'm sure we know the difference between liabilities and assets. So we're very specific about our keywords. This webinar is one of the several skills enhancement platforms that we're using to achieve our mission. So please relax, feel relaxed, get your jotter, your pen out, write as many questions as possible, as many points as you can get. You can drop your questions in the chat box. The facilitator today will be handling all of that. So kindly be ready to receive as many information as you can. Without much ado, I would like to call upon our facilitator for today in person of Mr. Joseph Kero. Mr. Joseph is an entrepreneur, a project manager, a business administrator, and a quality assurance enthusiast with a passion to impact humanity and add value at every slight opportunity he gets. He currently holds a master's degree in project management from the University of Aberdeen and is currently a doctoral student at Apollo's University, Great Falls, USA. He is a co-founder of Homerson Limited, where he's the chief executive officer. He has a core discipline experience in structural engineering, design and drafting. He has an internal quality auditor with over 19 years postgraduate experience in the Nigerian oil and gas industry, project management, and in promoting entrepreneurship. He currently holds a position as the General Secretary in the Oil and Gas Trainer Association of Nigeria, that's OPTAN for short. And with all of this, we welcome Mr. Kero, Mr. Joseph Kero.
All right, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Homerson is passionate, like what you've heard, about developing potentials among people, building them to become industry assets. One of the things that we have found is that the job situation in Nigeria, which affects almost everyone, if you're not looking for a job, the next person you talk to has somebody that is disturbing them for a job and trying to position within a job. So we have decided to have a look at this and see, as a value proposition company, how can we position people and how can we help people understand how jobs in the Nigerian space in particular are secured. The first paradigm of thought that I want to speak on is the impression that has been garnered over the years through many people saying, oh, jobs are supposed to be created by government and there are jobs somewhere, people can just manufacture jobs to take care of our young people, etc. We have a lot of unemployment going on. I want to assure you today that we do not have unemployment problems in Nigeria. We have employability problems in Nigeria. And if you understand how to position yourself and you listen carefully, then I want to believe that your search for a job is close to a successful one. Today, I would want to share with you in this seminar a lot of things, but not as much to take a significant portion of your time. I want to thank everybody, first of all, because you made the opportunity to be here and to be an audience in this event. So I will go ahead to share my screen now the first part of it is what you see here. We call it the rescue lines. We're here because we want to solve people's problem. And in providing the rescue lines for people to be able to position for job, to identify opportunity, and even transform themselves into entrepreneurs, there's certain basic principles you must understand. It's different. It's different from what you hear in the motivational book, what they used to say about what you need to do to get jobs. In this Nigerian space, we're trying to address this issue. So let me give you some few words about your product. Please write your products on your jotter or whatever. Your product. Your product is exactly what you have to offer. And in terms of that word, your product, there are two areas. You have the performance and you have the exchange. Because wherever you are going to get a job or you're going to get a business or get employment, there definitely has to be an exchange. You have to give a skill and then they will give you cash, or you give a product and they give you cash. So it's all about goods and services. And your performance, your product is the currency of your exchange in the opportunities market. Now, I want you to silently think, what is my product? I'll do 5 clicks of my fingers whilst you think about it. So what is my product? I want you to think about it in the opportunities exchange market. Ask yourself, what is my product? That is very, very key. And then another thing you need to understand about exchange, because when you get to the market, you need to have exchange, is that for somebody to have a child, there has to be conceptual pains. For you to have glistering gold, there has to be a furnace. For you to produce a solution, you have to put intuition and ingenuity into play. And for you to arrive at calamity, then ignorance is your best friend. So the objective today, first, and it's, like I said, it's all about your product. You know, I told you, just write down what your product is. That value that somebody wants you to visit them for, that value that people come to you for, what is that product? Please, if it is 0, just keep it like that. Write it, no product, on your jotter. As we go around or go along, we will start picking what this product is. The objective is, first of all, to demystify the subject of joblessness and employability challenge. 2, is to create an awareness of the requisites for industry-ready graduate engineers for productive use on real oil and gas projects. We are not only talking about engineers, but we will refer to every other aspect that is required, even in the non-engineering space. And the last is training towards a successful job hunt. The only time a man or a nation can comfortably host wealth is when his resourcefulness adequately complements his resources. Now, there are 2 words here that you may see as big words, but please write them. You know, the last time I told you, write your product. Now I want you to write resourcefulness and resources. These are the buzzwords that we'll be going back and forth on. Resourcefulness and resourceful and resources. If you're waiting for any big man or somebody to land you a job without having a skill set to meet whatever opportunity comes along in that job space, then the truth is that hunger is certain. But no cause to worry, because there's some things we don't know, but as time goes, we get to know about them. We're looking at demystifying the joblessness. All the jobs in the world, they stem from one thing: need. Just a need. Or every job you think of stem from the source of all jobs is a need. As you're sitting down, you're looking at your shirt, your trousers, whatever you put in on your skirt. Is a need to cover your nakedness that gave the tailor that job. If you're ill, that need of keeping people healthy and well is what gave the doctor his job. If you have money, you want to build a house, it is the need for you to have a shelter that has given the structural engineer, the architect, and all the other trades and craftsmen that are doing their things on your site. It is your need that gives them. So it's the same. A job is not at Chevron, Shell, Mobil, Standard Chartered, Palmerston. No, All these organizations are called platforms. They are called exchange platforms. If you don't have the right and requisite skill to be working in any of these institutions, because these institutions are platforms set up to meet needs, that is where the job comes from. If there are no needs, there are no jobs. So no job, no need. So all of the big offices you're writing and hoping that it will employ you and give you the 6-digit package, understand that they are platforms. There are no jobs there. They are platforms. It is your need. When you have the excellence to provide value, okay, on those platforms, that is when they employ you. To say, okay, come and help us on this platform to meet a need. Whether you're an accountant, whether you're an engineer, whether you're a training officer, no matter what you are, even if you're a lawyer in a firm, you are in the legal unit because some of the clients' need has to have legal backing for it. Even the company itself has needs. And if you can't help them meet their needs, you're of no use to them. So the ability or capacity to meet need is normally referred to as skills. And interestingly, I can give you a statistics of Nigeria where we are all looking forward, for those who are looking forward to job or moving in a business. We currently have 318 degree issuing houses. That is polytechnics and university combined. That will give you one kind of paper to go find your living somewhere. And then you act out of that, they all take in about 1 million or 1.5 million people every year and give out 600,000 to 700,000 graduates every year. In this country, you only have 50 multinationals. I'm talking about the ones that you would dream to work in if you are calling them the Nestle, breweries, etc. You only have 50 of them, and every other company is feeding from those. The banks need them to bring their money and deposit. Insurance company are looking forward to them. So tell me where the 700,000 graduates are going to have the jobs, if really jobs were being manufactured. So to be brutally honest, jobs can be designed, but they can be created. How can they be designed? If you're in a building and you really probably taking blocks from the first floor to the 13th floor on your head, I can decide to do a pulley and automate it so that you can lean on one point, press a button and get the block. So I've redesigned your job. If your job has been, you stand on the counter, I can get you a chair that raises you up and down so that it's easy. I digitalize what you do. So I have redesigned the job, but I can't manufacture it. Opportunities is what you need to look for. That opportunity is a need, and your skill, when it intercepts with them, then you have a job. So remember, anytime you're called to apply your skill in providing a product or service to someone that needs it, that is when you have a job. And I'll go over these 3 things again. Resource, which is raw materials and associated. Resourcefulness, which is skill and know how to process optimize the raw material. And realization, all right? If you can, when you use your resourcefulness to process the resource, you will now have money in your hand, which is your realization. If you have money and you didn't exchange a goods and service, you didn't process any raw, you didn't create a system to meet somebody, you are a thief. I mean no offense, but that's just the right one. So our concern as a company is, once we can get one idle person off the street and give them a job, and then we're potentially making the nation one matrix safer, one home happier, one citizen productive. So we're looking towards making your situation after this much better. With those degrees that they possess, let's take a look at the needs. If I say I read pole science, who needs my service that will pay me now and give me money for it immediately? If I said I read geography, in the open market, if I don't see a Western company somewhere or multinational, how do I feed with it? If I say I read business development, who would take his company and look at me, a fresh graduate who has never created any business, to hand it over to me? So how do I offer it? If I say I read mass communication, I know many radio stations. As I'm talking, they are all full. And in your class, you are not the only person. There are about 50 students. If you times it by the 36 states, by universities and polytechnics, you will know there's a stiff competition for you. If you say you read urban and regional planning, I know you are not the government. So I wonder whose region you want to plan. So papers, degrees, yeah, they're good in the sense of the original ideology. But with the fact of survival now, you need to understand that somebody who knows how to do socks at export quality can make money and feed you with a paper. There are people who have master's degree, go and meet them there at Oshodi. It's no joke. I personally know a graduate married to an RUTW members, and she's a first class from one of the prominent university that will shock you. Because he has capacity. He's into transport provision management services. Call him Agberu, call him, forget it. He is into transport provision management services. So the buses come, he checks, make sure they get returns for his master, and then he deploys them, ensure he's doing it. He's a manager. So he's marrying a graduate. Why? Because he has a service that somebody needs. So there's certain obstacles that we need to address if we are to, all right, there's certain obstacle we need to address if we are to get over this issue now. And I can say in the next 2-3 months, you are able to do something for yourself, or you're able to secure an engagement or identify a service where you can be of value. If you cannot provide any goods or service, if you are not helpful to anyone, then you would be broke. So some of the things is entitlement. When you say government must provide you a job, they are responsible for it. When you say my people are rich and influential and their position, they should, or my senior brother, I don't know why, he's a very successful person, he should have given me a job, or this person, I know him, he should have given me a job. That's the entitlement aspect. You need to get rid of that. Don't allow that to be embedded in any form or manner in your schedule of activities. Okay. Then you have the skills anemia. It's just what I explained. When you do a personal review and realize you have no skills worth paying for. Now, on your note, write under my product, write those skills that you think you can give now and they can be paid for. As we speak, you give it now, I can pay you for it. Write it under that. Then if you don't worry. Let's keep moving. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. It's better you realize it now than later on. Now that you know it, it's a good thing. That's why it's for free. The seminar is for free. You have no skills worth paying for, you would have job. So you need to go skills shopping. The other thing is the MIM, the me mindset, me, I, and myself. You see, when you see somebody that is certified and qualified to be a poor person, a very poor person, this is the first qualifier. It's the major attribute, me, I, and myself. If you wake up in the morning, all you think about, me, my whatever, my family, my this, I need to have this for myself. I don't know when I'm going to get my house, mine. It's good to think about yourself. Honestly, taking care of yourself is ideal. It's a great thing. But then I want to tell you about something. I don't want to switch my screen, but I would have shown you Bill Gates' lifestyle, how they started, and also the Jeff Bezos, etc. You will understand that the reason why they're wealthy people is not because they are doing things for their family. It's because they're solving problems for you and I. I don't like Bill Gates because he's gone into another trend. I don't like his face, but forget it. I will pay him because I need this system to do Microsoft Office. So even your enemy will pay you if you have a solution to his problem. Yes, it's that brutally clear. Your enemy will locate you if he wants you to solve a problem for him and he knows that you can provide that value for him. So when you are thinking about solving people's problem, then you will see people moving towards you. All right. That's the main thing. If you do not have that, then there's a big issue. Yeah, there is a very big issue. If you can't do that, then there's a very, very big issue. You need to be able to solve people's problem. And if you can't, then you can't be of use to people. Stop thinking about yourself. If you're in a village and people don't have water, you see people thirsty, people buying it, you're sinking a borehole means you're thinking of them. They will pay you, but their problems will be solved. Then we go into the GRQ practitioner. That is the guy who goes after fool's gold. He needs his money tomorrow. He needs his Jeep like day for yesterday, and he needs his billions as we're talking. Everything in like 60 banks full. The GRQ's practitioner is the get-rich-quick syndrome guy. And you always see them going to the churches, miracle houses, trying to do Yahoo and trying to find some ritual ways to do things quickly. And one bad thing is laziness. Mental laziness is the certified spouse of physical laziness. The two of them, they can go together and they can lead you to disaster. So if you host both as a lifelong companion, then I feel very sorry for you. How do you know you're mentally lazy? If every time you're thinking or you face a problem or a situation and your mind immediately is going to somebody that would solve that problem for you. I mean, when I say solve, it's something you could do. It's something you can think around, but it comes to you by default. I don't want to stress myself. And please help me with this. Please do this. Once you see yourself doing that, never rising up to challenges, facing any problem, always looking for the easy way out, you will be broke. Sorry, it's not a prophecy. This is not a church, but it's the truth. Yeah. Another one is a predator lifestyle. You're always waiting for who is making it happen. So you latch on to benefit from them. Once you know your neighbor cooks well, they're all right. So that's the person you make your friend. You know, when you visit them home, definitely food will be prepared and then you can eat the food. You know that whenever anything happens, you will get a benefit from it. And you just latch on to them. You know, you just hang out with your friends, hang out. If they are politicians, maybe they are doing something, you just go to the party meeting because you know, oh, they will share some money and there's going to be larger. It's an opportunity situation grabber. If you have these 6 attributes, please, for your good, your own good, get rid of it. So we'll go through the track. Getting your job, like I said before, a recap is a need. If you don't meet a need, you can't be able to solve anybody's problem. Since the inception of humanity, needs will remain. In other words, jobs will not leave. As I'm talking, there's somebody that wants to drink water. So if I do pure water and send to them, there's somebody who definitely wants to take care and evacuate their toilet. So if I'm specialized in cleaning and getting the feces out to somewhere his environment is good, is there. Is somebody that somebody wants to smell good, it needs perfume. If I can get the perfume for him, it's good. Somebody wants to wear shoe. If I can do the shoe, and believe you me, as I'm talking to you, I'm almost hungry. I need food. So I'm going to pay this hotel now because they have to give me food. So needs do not end. Now, what needs are you thinking of? Sit down and reflect. I'll give you a short time, like I said, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is that need in your house, on your street, in your community, in society, and Nigeria that you feel you can solve? If you don't, now listen, this is quite critical. If you can't find that thing, then ask yourself, what am I happy doing? What is it that I could do anything to actualize it and see it being done? That's a pointer. Mark it important. 1, I have a skill. Where can I apply it? 2, I may not have the skill, but I have a passion and I have something that I'm gravitating towards I love. What is that thing? Once you provide the solution, all solution has a process. However, in the global village, standard skill is the requisite for acceptability. There's a story of somebody, an oil well that stopped operations because of a problem, and they called people. So many people will come, they've tried, and they've not been able to solve the problem. And an old man came along and they told him, he gave them a cost. I think it was about $5,000 or $6,000 to solve the problem. And eventually, after a negotiation, they said, oh, okay, if you can you solve the problem? He said, of course, if you can pay me the money. If you don't, then I'm on my way. They said, no, sir, you can. And they signed the contract. The guy looked at the gas pipeline, looked at some things, inspected very well, used a maul hammer and hit a particular place 3 times and say, start. When they started, the engine started. And they said, wow, you mean for that small work? They said, what's the small work? Do you know how many years it took me to acquire the experience to know that that's where the problem is? And he was paid his money. Why? He provided a solution. That is what happens in every office that you would see, every office. And your service or manufacturing platforms, all you see on those platforms is that you go to interface there because they are trying to have jobs. Let me tell you something. Let's take one bank, First Bank, Elephant Bank. It's been in Nigeria for a long time. And then somebody comes with a way that I can secure money without going to the bank. I can take it regulated and pay people without going to the bank, like it's happening with crypto. And there's a central bank for crypto that is in the cloud. What do you think happened to the job of all the bankers in Nigeria? I need a response, please. Can somebody tell me what happens? Hello? Hello?
Now we can hear you.
I asked a question. So I need
Someone responded in the chat section.
Right. Let me see. Yes, okay, Abraham said the job is on the line. Well, Abraham, the job is gone. the job is gone. Because what do the bankers do for you? The bankers do, they're having jobs. We are making them have jobs because you have to keep your money there. You have to withdraw it so that, well, I don't want to insult them. So your senior cousins, like the ones that went to Uromi recently, do not come to your house and start asking you what's up. So the banks help you to keep it, to process it. They take the insurance in case anything gets missing, you have somewhere to go. They provide that service of comfort for you. But the moment the entire things go digital and crypto, wherein you don't walk into any banks and you have probably your digital imprints on currency when you have to buy, all you need to do is to press, there will be no bankers in Nigeria. All the bankers will go to the job market again. Why? Because the job their platforms used to have is no longer available. That's the connection. So that's it with the job platform. And these other things I am showing you now is what make people go wrong. These, like the deficiencies, like the hurdles I gave to you, this is what make people go wrong. Focus deficiency. You know, I do understand that for the last 15 years, capacity building, motivating people, teaching, energizing young people has been my one direction. Anybody I talk to, that's what I say. When you are in this place wherein you have no passion and no focus and you think of nobody's problem but the money, so they come today and say, oh, the banks is where they're paying you, dust your CV, you go to the banks, you work 2 years. Then you went to then you go to the restaurant, maybe you're in the bar, you're having a drink, and the other person said, oh, you don't know where the money is going now? Bankers are no longer paying the oil firms, and then you move to the oil firms. And then a week down the line, somebody tells you, wow, insurance company, you get it big. And you want to move there, you have no focus. You must be focused. Once you are able to identify your product, do not keep your eyes off your product. Nurture it, exert on it, think about it, promote it, and invest in it. Do not, I repeat, do not turn your focus away. So failure to plan is planning to fail. You must have a passion, you know, and direction that should positively add value to society. Without that, you'll be losing your focus. And another thing is this mirage. In your mind, you just feel there's a way I can make it big. Maybe I need to go to the UK. I can see them. You know, everybody that goes there succeeds. Maybe I can go to US or Spain. It's happening there. My friends are there and I see the way things are going for them. Stop chasing mirages. Remain focused. Your focus and tenacity in the direction will reward you. Barack Obama wrote a book called The Audacity of Hope. And if I were to write something close to what he does, I will write the tenacity of focus. That is important. The tenacity that you need to maintain that focus will actually give you the yield you require. So don't stop doing that. The reason why mirages come the way, why you are hoping to make it big somewhere and you don't think about what you offer people or what you have, is this. To own a skill is like buying equipment to do a job. The superiority of the skill is that it's invisible and can only be applied. So without it, your value is reduced. It is not like a car when they take for you. Without the skill is not visible. It is there. If they chase you out of Nigeria today, you land in Cotonou, your skill, even if they rob all the money you have, your skill is ingrained. Nobody can take it for you. So what a man earns is a quantum or an equivalent of his usefulness to his society and environment. If you see somebody telling you, I broke, I don't have money, oh, please come and settle me small, it will go better, God will do it. You see that word? God will do it. You know, God will perform a miracle. I'm looking up to God. God does not bless nothing. God always blesses the works of your hand. God always blesses something. I've not seen anywhere. Please, if you know where he blesses nothing, I've not seen it. He blesses the work of your hand and he will bless something. So you need to gear up into having that skill. And when you stay in that Pandora box for a long time, in that cage, frustration moves farther. You start hating government. You start holding them responsible for everything that happens to you. You start you wanting to be an economic refugee. You just want to leave the country. You start looking to 419 Yahoo and ritualism. You want to get spiritual all of a sudden so that you can. That is the state. When you get to that state, you are becoming a total victim of joblessness. So it is pertinent that we look at this as key. And we go to resourcefulness and resources. I will give you an example of my Megad. My Megad does not have any BSc. He doesn't have HND. He doesn't have a doctorate. He doesn't have a master's. But I have never had him use the word, Oga Alpha, give me something. Why? I observe him. He gets 5 apartments, all right? And everybody in those apartments gives him like 7. So that's 35,000 for him. In fact, the bigger duplex give him more. I think he gets about 15 from that end, all right? So let's say he gets 40,000. Megad, no degree, no nothing. Then guess what he does? He has also over time saved that money, that little money, not living flamboyant, saving it, and went to do partial commitments in a micro finance bank and bought a keke marwa that takes people in and out of the estate. So the keke marwa makes remissions to him every day. And also, instead of you going to ShopRite, he buys bread and keeps in advance, especially towards the evening, he gets customer. And finally, he has like 10 jerry cans that he keeps loaded with diesel because he knows people will go out. In Megad, no degree. He doesn't go, oh, father, spirit of unemployment. He doesn't do it. No degree, no paper. That man is of immense use to everybody. He keeps us safe when we are not around. There's no problem, no incidents. So everybody's ready to pay for that service. It saves the other person instead of going round the roundabout. Diesel is available here. Also, rather than walking all the way to get to the gate of the estate, please look at my keke, have it. That's resourcefulness. It's not applying anywhere. And I'm sure at the end of the month, what he puts aside, maybe definitely almost 80,000. No degree. So we need to understand that aspect. All right. Oh, I think I need to rush with this very fast because the timeline. All right. So look at Nigeria. We have oil. I'll tell you several products like this: perfume, fertilizer, plane, automobiles, synthetic rubber. Everything comes from our crude oil. So oil is only a resource. If you are resourceful, then that's the only time you can benefit from it. Or else it's just pure black sludge. That's why you are importing petrol and everything, because you cannot resourcefully process the raw. It is a problem. And all of these products you're seeing here, all of them, try to imagine if people are trying to solve the problem of refrigerant, how many cars are in Nigeria? The air conditioning gas that is utilized inside is imported for every car. Imagine somebody decides to think and produce that so that importation stops. Try to imagine the amount of factories and the amount of engagement for people who have that skill. Shag rugs, slacks, yarn, toilet seats, linoleum, ice cube trays, all are products of crude oil. All right? And these are all products. You have 5,000 of them. But let me give you the case study of our country. When you have indispensability of resourcefulness for prosperity. I want you to see here, you have Angola. It is showing you what, well, I'm having this wrong slide, so this again. All right. So you're having Angola, Nigeria, Ecuador, and after the one after Libya is actually Equatorial Guinea. It's actually Equatorial Guinea, not Nigeria. Nigeria is the one next. So the blue, Abraham, please, can you mute? Abraham, can you mute? Okay, thanks. Yeah. All right. So you have Angola. What you're seeing is the potential. all right? The potential in blue, you have the potential, the total reserve, the total petroleum refining capability that they have, and the red shows you what they actually do. Please look at all the countries and look at your beloved Nigeria. Nigeria have 400,000 barrels. That's the refinery capability. We only do 25,000. And I doubt whether this has not gone out because I got this from OPEC. It's sad. So what do we want to know? It is not about the money. It's not about the resource. Even if they give you millions of houses, if you cannot feed yourself, you will sell all. That's it. India has 5.6 billion barrels of crude. And when we're looking at what they do process, they do 4.6 million liters a day in terms of processing it into product. Yeah, they have 4.6 million capabilities, and they have 4.5 as what they produce. Let's go right to America. They have $36.35 billion. Billion barrels of crude oil potentials under the ground as a resource. Their refining is 17 million a day. Pardon? And they are using 16 million per day in terms of production. Nigeria has 37 billion barrels above America. It's now that America has used fracking and other things to make it 38. We have a potential for only 445, and we do 21.8 thousand. So what do we learn from that? If it's food thought for tomorrow leaders, oh, I want to control my resource. People who are producing the resource control can never make a non-resourceful party rich. And that is your statistics from 2011 going down to 2015. That is your resourcefulness map for gasoline, kerosene, distillates, etc. So it's unfortunate. So what are we saying today? If you're tired, just talk to Homerstein. If you're tired of giving palliative tips, okay, take this 40K, take this 5K, take this 10K. If you're there, maybe you have somebody that's living with you and you're shouldering the weight of a graduate dependent on frustration or frustrated with the job hunt, we need to talk about it. And this is genuine. So job hunting is not a gamble. It is a job that requires unique skill set. Do you understand what I mean? Homerstein has a full set course that shows you source of getting intelligence, marketing yourself, doing the pro bono, detecting your strengths so that you get the right job. There's a right job and there's just any job. What's the right job? You see what I'm doing right now? I can stay here. Just give me water here. I will do it till next tomorrow, non-stop. I am not working. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. That's the right job. If this work, I'm doing it under stress, just hoping that I should just finish and leave this place now. That is work. I don't like working like that. I don't like working. What I'm doing is not working. Now, you need to get that unique job. And that's what a full course we have. We have a course on that for doing your CV, getting you premium, getting you the right template, helping you to understand the intelligence in the job market, and a chart where you mark your metrics as you're going to get it, and where you can do pro bono and do not have, you have an opportunity, a very good opportunity of being recruited at your pro bono. You're giving service to create a spank and they can't let you go anymore. So business exists to make profit. If you're needed, if you can help them meet that objective. Outside that, all the platforms you see, they owe you nothing. They are not responsible for your problems, all right? And what we want here is to make you know how to make them need you. That's the end of this seminar today. And I would now look forward to questions. Any questions? I'm open to questions now before I conclude with an advisory as a first baseline for everybody, a first baseline on that. Okay, any? Okay, yes. Olamilekan Adebayo, you raise your hand, please proceed.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Adebayo, how are you?
Very well, bless God. My question is based on resourcefulness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like the instance you gave about your megad, creating giving service and then being paid, and then as a result of that, opening to other ideas. Now we have many graduates that even aside from what they had in their certificate or whatsoever, even with their certificate, they think outside the box. But the resource to actually, put into place their ideas isn't there. So in that case, what can they do? Like what's the way out for them?
Okay, well, you're taking me into the job engagement training now, which I don't want to go to yet, but I'll give you some hints. You see, intelligence is everything. Now, when you use the word resource, I told you that your skill itself is a resource. Market intelligence is everything. Market intelligence is everything, all right? What do I mean by that? Let's assume today you're reading The Guardian and then you see federal government to commence or conclude the railway construction from Warri, on the Warri-Itape flank or Lagos-Ibadan flank before March. That is an intelligence. As simple as when you pick your, now, Remy, have you ever gone through, when they pronounce the federal government budget, have you ever picked it up to look at it? Hello? Remy, are you there? Bayo, Adebayo.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever picked up the budget, the federal government budget, like when they say this is the national budget? Have you picked it to look at it ever?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, when you see rail, you know it is Nigerian Railway Corporation that requires that. They are the ones who will harness it. They will need ticketing officers. They will need engineers, facility engineers. They will need data analysts. They will need also receptionists, those who receive you when you come in, and they will need security coordinators. At that same, just that one thing, they will need engineers that are electrical engineers, maintenance engineers, control engineers. That single announcement is giving you intelligence. Now, you may have your skill, but imagine me very good in a particular skill. Let me say, I'm good at cars. I'm a graduate, I have a paper, okay, I'm thinking out of the box, and I am very good at cars. Imagine me going to the hospital to see whether I have an opportunity to work there. There's no need. There's actually no need there. But if I move to an automotive center and tell them, look, I'm investing in myself in having my transport here, but there's no car here I can't diagnose. I have my own small whatever, or I can use your tool if you have it to do diagnosis. I work here for 2 weeks for free. See what I do. When you deliver in that place, they will not allow you go. Intelligence, when a company or an organization has a deep need, you need to have intelligence. And that intelligence, you go. If you ask us in our company, as I'm speaking with you, Any other thing you might be bringing, I'll tell you we don't have vacancy. But if you tell me you have course development and design and extreme, when I say extreme, top shot social media marketing, I will call you and we start talking. Why? That is my pain, it's my need. So is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Let me see.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Who else has a question? Silas says, okay, Silas, what products are you talking about? Hello? Hello? All right. Okay, I've not got anything from Silas, but he was asking what platform. So I wanted him to speak because I don't know what product he's talking about. All right.
I didn't speak.
Pardon?
I said probably it's finding it difficult to speak.
Okay.
He said, please, can you refer us to a platform that can help us promote our product online?
Just talk to Homerstein. Talk to us. Try to reach us. You can walk into the office at any time and we'll put you instead. All right. Now, ground line before we leave, there is,
Yes,
yeah. Before we leave, there is some key basic knowledge you must have. And we advise everybody, if you know you're looking for a job, ground skills, at least that will make you even have access to somebody say, okay, come and manage this or that, is called digital skills. And we do deliver our IC3 digital literacy training that leads to the certification. And if I can share my screen, you would see. Okay, can you see my screen? Hello? Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, yes, we can.
All right. You see
Yes,
the five things on Microsoft Office Suite that you see. That is Word, Notes, PowerPoint.
Joe, we are seeing a lot of pictures, but we're not seeing it clearly. Can you project one of the picture properly?
Then it is not what I want to share that you're saying. Let me see. Okay, are you seeing it now?
Same thing with the last one.
Are you not seeing an IC3 digital literacy picture?
Yes, but it was in the corner. We can see it now.
All right. So if you can see it, you will see where you need to have some basic skills. Basic skills, at least if you don't, most of the graduates, the sad thing is, even when you want to help them, you cannot help them because they do not have these basic ground skills to use. This is whether you are going to work in a security firm, oh, okay. All right. Let me address it. Silas is saying that his product is offering local savings group to his community members. All right. So I need to, because of time, I need to know when you say offering this product, are you already doing it and people are patronizing you and you want to step up on it? Or do you, Silas, if you're listening to me, are you already doing it and people are patronizing you and you want to step up? Or it's an idea that you're passionate about and you want to launch it so that people can be able to buy into it? If that's what you want, then we will have to talk about the latter. Let me just know, you can type here what you want. Now we're going back to this. This platform, these 5 skills here, of even if you take 4 out of it, PowerPoint, Outlook, Microsoft Office and Excel, you require it. You are even referred to any office, even a receptionist, anywhere in this 21st century world, please do not go without having these skills at hand. So Homerstein does have different formats of this. Not many people can be able to afford going through the training and the certifications. Our own training is different. We don't do the wishy-washy. We comply with ASTM E2659. We also are ISO 29983 accredited. So we guarantee world-class delivery in that. And if you can't get up to that of the certification, then you would have the one in which we can train you. Then anytime you will have the skills so that when you get to any interview, you tell them I'm proficient in this. They won't, not everybody will ask you for certificates. I'm proficient in these things. I can use it, I can apply it. So these are what we can offer you on a ground basis, introductory, for you to be positioned to do what you're meant to do. Even doing your CV, you need these tools. Even the basic of interface within the corporate sector, you cannot progress without these baseline skills. Yeah. And for those who want to go further to package and position for an opportunity or a job, and you really want to make it different from what you know with a good guarantee that you can be positioned to get a job, then we have the blended learning job engagement training, which can be done via LMS if you are far away, you don't want to be coming to the office, and then we blend it with some Zoom sessions like this. Or we have the one that we can do in class at our facility at Knight Frank Building Marina. So far. Pardon? Oh, great, Silas, that's very, very good. Do you have a mission statement and a vision statement? As of now, do you have a mission statement and a vision statement? This is a consultancy, it's not training again. No? All right. And a value proposition canvas. These are some of the tools that you will need. I can help you out with those tools for free for you to be able to capture and tidy yourself before you start your expansion. But do you have a mission and vision statement? You need to have those. And then you can always, I think, oh, great. So you can now I think Esther will put everybody that's of interest that wants a follow-up. If you want a follow-up, please try to reach the team. They will put you on a WhatsApp group where we can be able to relate and support you. And I guess we should, time is fast spent, and we should come to the end of this seminar now.
Do we have any more questions?
Okay, if we do not have any question, I would be dropping a number now at the chat box for persons who want to reach out to us. But you can also check us on Facebook. You can check us on our website, www.homerstein.com, www.homerstein.com. Yes, you can check us. There's a number that you can easily chat us up with. And we'll also be sending you information through your registered email address. There will be a follow-up through your registered email addresses. And you can also drop whatever question that you want via email. Okay, so Esther has dropped her a WhatsApp number, 08097711771. So you could really send your information there or your questions, and they will be answered. So with that, we've come to the end of the first edition of the Homaston webinar. So you could key in. The information shared today will be different from the information shared next month and next 2 months and so on and so forth. So you can always join as the webinar comes. It's going to be every month going forward. So thank you all for your time. We really appreciate this. We thank our facilitator, Mr. Joseph Kiru, for his time. Thank you very much, sir. And thank you for all our members today. We also thank the Homaston team for the support that they got. Okay, yes, Adize saying thank you. Thank you very much, Adize. Thank you very much. Yesterday you joined. We saw you online. You joined yesterday. So we sense the eagerness for this seminar, for this webinar rather. You could join next month. We'll also be sending the link to the registered email address with us. So thank you all. Thank you very much. Do have a nice weekend.